You are such a healthy child. You're having your
No,
holics.
it's nice.
No, I
Hmm.
thought you'd be a coffee drinker. Okay, all right. What
I
can I
am.
do for you?
Okay, so this is the book,
Charlotte Perkins. Oh yeah, the yellow
right?
wallpaper.
Okay, so I read it again, and I think, um, okay, basically the story. Um, should I share screen? But it's nothing much.
You always say that, and you always leave with an impactful discussion.
Huh?
And I'm always wowed by the discussion. I'm like, if this is nothing much, what would Shah consider brilliant? I'm looking forward to having this
Bukan.
discussion with her when she has this brilliant idea, and instead of a nothing much idea. So yeah,
Because
I'm
okay,
just
okay,
teasing.
let me just thank you, doctor. Briefly, this is written in 1892, right? Like
Mm,
the one you googled
mm,
yesterday. So apparently, okay, like, I don't know which one to tell first. Okay, the synopsis first.
okay.
It's about a woman. It's a first person narration. So it's about a woman um, that is married to a physician. Um, let's just say the husband is a physician. So they rented a house during summer in an old mansion, just for the summer. So just about a few weeks. Um, but through her narration, um, I just know that they actually have a baby, but she's not the one who's taking care of the baby because apparently, according to her narration, she is not okay. She is sick. She has
Mm.
this temporary nervous depression, so she couldn't. She is prohibited from writing. She couldn't work as well. She wanted to work. She told her husband that she couldn't just lie down, but her husband tells her every day that um, what you need is just plenty of air and sleep and eat well. So she couldn't live with that, and
She couldn't
after
live with that.
yeah, she because she wanted to work, she wanted to do something, she wanted to write, but even the servant, I think it's the servant, was not spying, but looking at her and will report to the husband saying that, oh, she's writing, so it's not
Oh, the
good for
husband
her.
doesn't want her to write.
Yeah, no, no writing, no working, even if you see other people on the street, or because they live in a mansion, right, for the moment.
Mm.
So if people are gonna walk nearby, so no communication whatsoever.
So he
uh
doesn't allow her to engage with
yeah.
people. He doesn't allow her
Mm.
to
Just
become functional
because
because
he
she's
said
ill.
that, yeah, he said that, but after some time he said that, oh, you're doing okay, you are recovering, so you must adhere to this and this and this and this because you are recovering. And so the woman said, no, I don't think I am recovering because my weight, you know is pretty much the same. I cannot sleep at night. I slept only in the morning.
Mm.
And then after some time, she because okay, and the weird part is that they rented a mansion, right? But this mansion, she only lived upstairs. She couldn't go down even. So she was pretty much trapped. I think that's how I get the whole story is about. And she started hallucinating because she is
Mm.
stuck in the room. And she is very much disturbed with the yellow wallpaper.
Mm.
She started seeing things. So how I read it is that she was able to give birth. I'm not saying that she couldn't get ill from giving birth, but she was doing pretty much okay. I'm not, and maybe the narration is also unreliable. I'm not sure
Mm.
because it's
Mm.
short, right?
Mm. Whose
Um,
point of view is from her point of view? I'm
yes,
downloading the book, so I will try to
yes.
make time to
Please
read it.
read during your chutti, please, not
Mm.
now. Yeah. So, um, yeah, and I'm not saying that her narration is all reliable, but there's obviously gaps that I found, especially when the husband. Do you know the term gaslighting, doctor?
Mm.
Right.
I'm
So
learning it from my teenager. Yes. I didn't know what it means until recently. Yes.
Right. I also didn't know what it means
Really?
until,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, until
I thought
until
I was the
the
only one.
wave of pandemic makes me Google everything. So I just know, okay, so my the pointers that I would like to maybe present is like the husband and actually the people around her is pretty much gaslighting her because they are not telling her the truth, and she pretty much questioned herself like if she is sane, if she is, to the point that she questioned herself if she is sane. um she couldn't do this and do that, but every time the husband appears, she would say, oh, I couldn't do this because he would be mad,
Mm.
but
So
I
this
know
is
it's
told from the
because
first person point of view because I'm reading the first page now.
mm,
John is the
mm,
husband.
yes, John
Uh,
is the husband, the
so
physician
this is
husband.
told from the first person point of view.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
But is it a reliable narrator? Do you
That
find instances where you the reader
mm-hmm.
is questioning the narrator? Do you find it like the reluctant fundamentalist? Do you find any instances where you're reading it and you're like, can I really trust what she's saying?
uh,
Is she seeing things?
uh, that seeing thing part is like, I think it's the how to say this. I can rely to her because she is pretty much trapped. So she doesn't have anything to lie about. But if she lies about her writing, the activity that she's doing, it's because of her husband and the people around her lah. She couldn't even go visit her sister that lives nearby. Eh, Doctor, are you muted? Eh, uh-uh. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
I thought you were talking to me.
No, no, no.
Sorry.
I was talking to my daughter. No, so if she does lie, do you can you detect it? Can you?
Yes, yes. Because right, I don't know why I should write this. I don't want to. I don't feel able. I don't know. John would think it absurd, but I must feel what I feel and think in some way. So she has this like macam courage to do things, and
Mm,
after a while she's like, oh, I think it's for my best. I think it's because John loves me, so he wants the best of me. So it's best that I don't write at all. But I think
mm, mm,
if you prohibit someone, I mean, if from not doing anything, then
mm.
she will become,
So
insane.
given this, what do you
Mm-hmm.
think is the theme of this story? What do you think? First of all, this is a novella because it's only
Yes,
37 pages long.
I think
It's a
short
short
story.
story. It's a short
Yeah.
story. Okay, I can finish it in one sitting. Charlotte
Yes.
Perkins Gilman, what do you think? Because this was written, putting it in the context when you said 18, what do we Google yesterday?
92.
1892.
Mm-hmm.
So 1892 Britain? Is this in the UK or the
I
US?
American, I think. I think it's America. Yeah.
Okay.
American writer. Yes.
So once you've read the story, now you have to read the context. Okay, first
Mm-hmm.
of all, I'm assuming she was in the East Coast, um, New Hampshire thereabouts. I'm assuming because 1892, the West
Uh-huh.
they haven't gone west yet, and even if
Mm-hmm.
they did, it tends to be to tow the land and everything. So the West Coast was very much in inhabitable. So it's very much the East Coast, that New York, Boston, thereabouts, that part,
Ah,
or maybe she's south. So you have to find out that
okay.
context,
Okay.
right? So is could it be is this a kind of a response that the woman is saying towards the environment, towards society, towards the circumstance, that women at that time, they are so taken care of, sometimes mollycoddled. You cannot do this, you cannot do that, you shouldn't do that. I'm going to take care of you. You need to kind of just chill and everything is
Mm-hmm.
fine because otherwise, you cannot handle yourself. So instead of objectifying the woman, this time around, the environment, the society, even her husband, on the
Mm-hmm.
pretense of taking care of her, is doing what? What do you
Okay.
think that the husband is doing?
Um, that's why
Instead of
the.
taking care of her, instead of providing for her, instead of allowing her to be empowered to grow, to live her full
Mm,
life, what
mm-hmm.
is he in fact doing?
um, that's why the term gaslighting came to mind. I haven't like searched on Google if there's research on gaslighting in this yellow wallpaper yet, but it is very much a feminist story, because how she's trapped and she really wanted to work. It's like The Professor by Charlotte Bronte as well, but this one is like you put in a bit of spices of horror in it and terror in it a bit.
But because gaslighting is is a colloquial, informal term,
Mm.
is there
Mm.
something? I'm googling it right
Okay.
now. Is there you're right. We need to kind of find a term, a more technical term within the
Mm-hmm.
vernacular, within the
Okay.
vernacular of. Wait, wait, wait! Hey, go close the window. Within the vernacular of psychology, you know,
Mm.
um, that allows you to kind of use the term in an academic discourse. Because I'm googling it now,
If
because it
if it's
says,
manipulating, is it like oh
but
oh
gaslighting sounds very specific. Manipulating
mm,
can be
can be
quite open ended. But if you go to
right?
this website, very well mind, it's a medical stroke
Uh huh.
psychological website.
Uh huh.
They actually debate about gaslighting, and this was very recent, the 2nd of November 2021.
Okay.
And they even have how it works, signs of gaslighting.
Yeah.
And you read it?
I opened Healthline though.
Okay.
This is very well mined. Yeah.
Okay, because the verywellmind.com has references on gaslighting, even published references at Berkeley Science Review. The
Oh,
subtle
okay.
power of gaslighting.
Yes,
Let
yes.
me,
The sources at the bottom, right? I
yes,
see.
yes. Are you
Yes,
seeing
yes.
the same thing?
Yep. I think so.
Yeah. Let me
Yes.
just, for the rest who are watching this video later, let me just have show a quick
Thank you,
look.
doctor. You're
Yeah.
doing this for me.
So because albeit the term is very colloquial, informal, and sometimes in the public discourse, social media
Mm-hmm.
discourse, but if the term can now be used as a lens,
Mm-hmm.
as a theoretical lens, to study character development and portrayal of individuals in a story, then you can use it as a
Mm-hmm.
terminology.
Okay.
So so the discussion is important, but at the same time, I'm more drawn to the references here.
Mm-hmm.
The references sounds more academic. Like
Mm-hmm.
this one is 2012. Even back
Mm-hmm.
at 2012, almost 10 years ago,
Oh my gosh.
the paper has already started discussing. The research has already started discussing the power of gaslighting and how
Mm-hmm.
gaslighting can be used to, um, you know, have a hegemonic relationship, or kind of a oppressing relationship with someone, right? And here, institutional betrayal and gaslighting. So it's not just at the personal individual level, it could be at the institutional level. So
Mm-hmm.
that was quite recent, 2018.
Yep.
And then gaslighting in nursing academia, a new and established covert form of bullying. There you
Bullying.
go.
Yeah, that's
And
very
that's very,
recent.
very recent,
Mm-hmm.
right? Gaslight and gaslighting. Okay, this is from the psychiatric journal, the Lancet Psychiatric. So, like this, if it requires payment, you can. Oh,
Maybe I'll try.
yeah, you can go to the library website. If you need to get this particular paper, they can get it for you for free.
The Z
Uh,
library is it, doctor?
No, not the Z library. Our PTSL.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay, our library. Just go to PTSL. I'm just going to have it recorded
Yeah.
here so others can access the same. So go to yeah, go to PTSL e-journal.
Journal. Yeah.
Okay, so go to e-journal portal and yeah, let me try that again. Not Google. Just a second.
Okay.
Just let me do this again. Okay, this is important for all of us, so I just want to make this available for everyone. Okay, let me do that again. Let me record that again. This is important when you get an article, especially recent articles, and you really want to be able to look at their
Yes.
methodology. So go to this website. Go to www.ukm.my/ptsl, and then go to their pay per view. Pay this one
Okay.
online form, pay per view, and you just have to fill up these details. Okay, number, your name, your number, matric, your faculty, your phone number, your email address, the article that you are interested in, the journal title, and the year of publication, and the database. Is it Sage? Is it Taylor and Francis?
Okay.
Science
If
Direct?
it's like just now it's lain-lain, Doctor, right?
Just now was this one was this the one?
Yes.
Yes.
2021. I
This
think
is
yes.
Wiley online. So
Online.
this would be Wiley. This
So
would be this Wiley
oh,
online.
okay.
Wiley online. And website link as well as the page you submit. Usually they are very fast, even within the hour they will get you the article.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's
they're
nice.
super super fast. So do that,
Okay.
especially if you are trying to locate. For instance, in this case, you want to know. I'm assuming this is what you're interested in. For now,
Yeah.
we're gonna assume this is what you're
Yes.
interested in.
Very much.
Um, so if you are interested in this concept called gaslighting, which I think is brilliant, which allows you to discuss the issues very clearly. So you look at the paper and you look at the methodology.
Paper
Traditional
methodology.
tools models used for identifying bullying and horizontal violence. Horizontal violence as opposed to vertical violence. What's the difference? That's a terminology. So we need those kinds of operationalized terms that can be used for you to examine how is John horizontally creating being violent towards the wife. So that element can be seen as gaslighting behavior. So you look at the methodology, how this particular research studies gaslighting. You then use that methodology to study John or any other character in the story and their treatment or their behaviors towards the protagonist or towards the narrator. So this is how this paper will be beneficial.
Okay.
Okay, I'm excited. I think
Ah.
this is I'm always excited when there's something new that you are saying and
Mhm.
suggesting. So
Thank you.
anything else that you want? We've got 3 more minutes, but you
Um,
started late, so we can take another 5 minutes.
it's okay. I'll try to finish it. Maybe I'll get the paper first. I
Mm,
think there's four paper. Then I might as well just request for the four paper if I couldn't access it. And then I think I will focus on the husband first.
mm,
But if it's not enough, then I'll incorporate the servant because there's a bit of the servant as well. So I
Mm.
don't think it will
So
hurt if they
so
include it
so
in.
there is this woman, and
Mm-hmm.
she's not a child,
No, she
right?
actually
She's a full-grown woman. So for her
and
to be treated in that way at that age,
yeah, and also you only know that she. You know what? Please speak first. I don't
I'm gonna
wanna.
read it. I'm gonna read it today.
I
I'm
don't
gonna read
wanna.
it today. Yeah.
Yeah, like what? Through her narration, I just know that I thought
Mm.
she's just a 21-year-old or maybe I don't know a kid, a teenager. Oh, suddenly she has a husband at the first line lah, and then I thought she's not yet. You know, she doesn't have any child, but then through her
So the
narration, it's
question, Shah, the question is number one, why is Charlotte Gilman doing this? Why is she exactly what we asked Prof. Husna yesterday about why she chose to portray Maria in that way?
mm-hmm,
Why do you think Charlotte Gilman portrays her protagonist in this way? Right? This is you reading at the micro level, looking at
mm-hmm,
gaslighting by John, the husband, but
mm-hmm,
when you draw the diagram, when you draw the circle bigger, you want to know why is the writer, a female writer at that, choosing to portray her female protagonist
mm-hmm.
in the late 19th century in this way? What do you think her statement is about society, about womankind at that time? The fact that she is not gaslighted by her family and her husband and all that, she gets
Mm-hmm.
to write this story.
Yeah.
And yet she chooses to write a female character from this point of view. So you want to know why do you think she's doing that? And in answer to that, you need to go to the literature review. What have
Mm-hmm.
others said about her? What have others studied from? Maybe she made statements, and also to know where was she writing this from, and what was happening at that
Yeah.
time.
If you wiki the yellow wallpaper,
Mm,
it's actually a diagnosis common to women during that period, meaning so it is very much studied in the feminist perspective. So I think
mm,
I will include that in the literature review.
mm. And it's interesting. She was born in Connecticut in the East Coast, but she died in California. She
Mm.
died in Pasadena, California, and she died in 1935. And her
1935.
first husband was she divorced her first husband in 1934. I mean, if you put it together, so you can just imagine 1934 she divorces her husband. She might have moved to Pasadena, California. She might have moved to the West Coast, and then it could be, no, she married someone else first.
Uh, uh, she, I mean, the short story, the yellow wallpaper, she
Mm-hmm.
wrote after a severe bout of postpartum psychosis.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
a kind of a personal reflection.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just she divorced her husband, and then a year later she passed away. Oh dear,
Mm-hmm. Right.
that's very tragic. Okay, but no
There was a
children.
no
Oh, there
children.
was. She had one child, Catherine Beecher Stetson.
Mm.
Stetson. So her only child was from her first husband,
Oh, okay, okay,
Charles
okay.
Walter Stetson. And she chose to
I
keep
think.
her second husband's name. Interesting.
Mm.
Interesting.
Usually
Okay.
people find out, but it's in
Yeah.
that era, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah. Gilman.
okay.
Gilman is her second husband's name. Okay, cool. So I
No.
like the
Okay.
concept, but
Okay.
probe a little bit. So if you need to meet me again this week, you
I'll try to
can.
make
But let
time.
me know. Let me know
Mm-hmm.
because my schedules are piling up. But let me know, and I can always try to squeeze you in. No worries.
Okay, or
Um,
maybe because I don't want to kacau you, I'll try to update you as much as possible on what I have so far, and if the paper can strengthen my argument,
Yeah,
not
but keep in
argument.
mind, this is just for a video essay,
Yes.
right? But if you want to do the same topic or the same corpus for your final project, also can.
Okay,
Also
that I
can.
have to read first. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So all the
Okay.
readings and everything. So the video essay is just one component, maybe John's treatment towards the character, and then the full paper you may probe into it even more. You may probe into this idea of gaslighting, and to what extent does the individual herself um, to be blamed or to be held responsible? Just to
Yeah.
probe that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, doctor, for helping as
No
usual.
worries.
Okay, I'll see you. Have a good um cuti, doctor.
Not yet. Not yet. The whole week.